this figured out and finished. This little guy is driving me nuts. For the most part, I've enjoyed it, but goodness gracious, this guy's driving me nuts. And if I'm gonna go insane, might as well have some friends or anybody willing to listen to me screech into the void while I do this. Oh boy. Might be a little too intense. I can't really see that on the screen too well. Also, hello to the people joining. I apologize if I'm not talking that much. Just trying to get the belt on this thing painted up. I don't know how well my camera's doing with quality because it's off a phone, so I do apologize if it's a little bad. Mostly just trying to get a belt put on this little guy so I can just call that done and move on to everything else, because so far this has been interesting. I also apologize if anybody's mad about my handshaking. My left arm is not as good as it used to be. But welcome in, everybody. Hope you're all doing good and having a good day. Just trying to relax on a day off, personally. And delving into a new hobby just happens to be how I'm gonna do it, because that's really all I can do right now. Okay. How close do I need this thing to be to the camera? So let's go. That's better. Okay. Alright, so I gotta work at this angle so you guys can see it. Thank you. What did you do though? I'm Sorry, I am extremely dumb. So, what's up? What's going on? Oh, this is such a. Yeah, hello. How are you doing, Nicole? Or Nickel? Nicole? I say I'm seeing Vasquez down there, so I'm not entirely sure. But thank you kindly. Just trying to get this done. Gosh dang it. That's gonna take a lot more paint than I realized. I'm not sure if I got enough. Move this closer over here so that way I can hopefully keep the camera closer more consistently. Hopefully everything looks alright. I'm gonna need you guys to let me know if the camera seems off or if anything's going wrong, because, again, I apologize, this is a camera phone. Or, yeah, the camera off of a phone. I should phrase it that way. So, trying to do my best to get everything shown alright, but I won't know until I really watch over everything, because I can only check the phone so many times when I got a paintbrush this close. Goodness gracious, this mini is sculpted really well. It's almost a little too well, because gosh dang it, I cannot for the life of me mess up, or else I have to repaint all over all that. Okay, come on, work with me just a little bit at the top. Oh man. All right. Well, everybody joining in, hope you're having a good day. Good to see everybody here, and hope everything's going well. If you got any questions for me, especially about why my name is the way it is, feel free to ask. I've got nothing to hide, as I'm just trying to get this little satchel carefully painted. goodness gracious. Okay. Been trying to get this satchel and the leather bag painted up along with a belt. It seems to be coming along, but I'm gonna be honest, this is driving me crazy. Okay. Put that down for a second just so I can get my paint switch out to something else. Actually, I'm gonna move these guys so that way I can bring this down here. Keep him up a bit more for you guys to see. So that way while I get everything painted up and switch over my paints, you guys can kind of see what I've worked with so far on him. So I wonder what happens if I just... Alright, well. Need to grab some white. Guys, might as well get his eyes dotted just while I have a chance. Because I got the base coat on. What I did is on a deeper black for the beak, and I've got to mix this purple with the black to make his head a slightly different color, so it's not jet black. But I still want to get the eyes at least kind of colored in better. So we're gonna see how that works, and if not, I've got a lot of mistakes I'm about to have to fix. Okay. All right. For the love of all that's holy hand, please don't shake too much. Oh my goodness gracious. That's... I don't... Alright, that one. Gonna have to let that dry for a second to see how all that really turns out. Now I gotta go for the confusing one down there. Had decent luck with one eye. Let's hope I have alright luck with the second one then. my goodness gracious, that almost perfectly got it. That, oh, just got a little bit on the back. Gotta carefully dot. Just gonna. Okay. That, wow. That went by a lot better than I expected. Holy crap. Oh, that is a sigh of relief. Because once the eyes dry off, I can just throw a white dot on there. That should be very easy to continue and fix after that. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't know how everybody else does eyes. I generally just hold my breath and panic the entire time until I get it done. But I also don't really. I'm still new to painting in general, so I haven't really found a whole lot to do with it. Mostly just figuring out what I can do, how to do it, and if I can struggle through it if I screw up, because I am by no means a professional. I am a degenerate who is an idiot and just trying to figure things out. Let's see. Should probably throw some brown coloring onto that handle. Alright, moment of truth. Oh boy. That is gonna be really fun to move around in. Okay. Oh boy. Oh gosh dang it. I lose focus for 5 seconds and I gotta redo over that. Alright. I probably should have put in a disclaimer that I'm not a professional at this in the slightest. I am learning how to do all this. This random idiot who stumbles through quite a bit of this. Okay. Goodness gracious, that handle. Hmm. I mean, overall, I'm fine with the color selection. It wasn't what I intended or wanted, but it's turning out okay. I'm just nervous about what do I want to do for the sheath? Because the only thing that's coming to mind is to just do the same leather brown as I do for the rest of the bags. Hmm. Gosh dang it. Okay. Gonna drive myself insane every time I look away. Hmm. All right. All right. Let's try fixing that up before I forget. Then let's get right in there. Okay.
Anybody check the mail yet today?
No, I haven't yet. Do you want me
I
to?
go down and get it.
All right.
You're busy.
I mean, sure, I'm a little busy, but I can always pause.
No. Ooh.
I wanted to do blue instead of the purple, but the blue just really was drying too dark on it. The primer is just a little too strong, and so even with multiple coats, it's coming out to like that barely visible, like dark navy blue, which is fine, but for the most part, I wanted to have a brighter blue so I could match with everything else.
I've got several projects going out there. I have a couple finding paint.
Well, with my next paycheck, I am planning on buying more paint because I don't have a whole lot. Do you need any specific colors or shades?
I need mega quantities of. I'm doing an FW190 out there right now. Wingspan's about this wide.
Ah, okay.
Okay. Apparently nobody's doing balsa wood and tissue model airplanes anymore. Ever.
Really?
Here I go again.
All right. Touch that up as best as I can, and gosh, dang it. I must have swiped that with my brush when I wasn't looking. No, I gotta redo the eye. There's purple in it. Oh, okay. Well, screwed myself over there. We're doing some damage control. Because I am blind. Glasses and 3 types of magnification lenses, and I still fuck up like that. Goodness gracious. Ooh. I will say though, despite screwing up this badly on that eye when I wasn't paying attention, I'm kind of okay with how this is all turning out, but I'm such an idiot for not noticing that. It's gonna bother me. Anyways, how's everybody else doing today? Everybody doing all right? Man. Gotta make sure I get that same gray consistency. Then I can refix the brow. Because just gonna redo that. Yes, Cat, how you doing? No, both of you are here. What's up? What do you guys want? Mm-hmm. Darn it. Didn't get it gray as gray as the original coat. Ah, I hate when this happens. There we go. That's much better. Okay. More or less the same. You can also fix that dab I made earlier. Okay, that's fixed. Thin this out, spread it over again. Man, I was so proud of myself with how I got those eyes done earlier too. Then I screw one of them up by not paying attention just long enough for my brush to smack it. Okay, get that dried off. Then just send that out some more. Okay. Get a bit more of that gray on there to fix this. Okay. I still need to redo the eye because still screwed up regardless, but I had pretty good luck doing this eye. I had good luck doing that eye the first time. I'm gonna try to be positive and hope that it all works out. So that maybe, just maybe, I can get this to work. If not, we shall see. Alright, moment of truth. Redotting the eye because I screwed it up earlier. Alright. Let's get him close. And it's too much. I'll try this again. Oh no, I think I hit that too hard. Drag it back a few tinges. Okay. Let's that back area just a little bit. Okay. All right. Overall, I'm gonna call that a success for both of the eyes. So, got that fixed. need to find my white. Because we are just going to finish these eyes now, so I don't have to worry about it. And hopefully I don't screw up and accidentally tap the eye with my brush again. And I've got a different color on. Oh. Gosh, I need to swap out my wet palette. This is a mess. For those curious about what the state of my wet palette is, yeah, it's not good. I definitely need to change that out in a second, but until I do, we're just working with what I have. Okay. Be very deliberate. Just tap it. There. Okay. That's one tap. Got it towards middle on the top. Okay. So that's decent for that eye. We're gonna try. Oh gosh, dang it. This flag is really not gonna help me. Alright. Apologize if you guys can't see this really well. I'm just gonna. Oh, I'm gonna grab that dot. I'm close. Just gonna. Not even sure. Try it again. Okay. It's not bad. I just need to make it a bit bigger so it's more even. It's a little bit not right now. Okay. All right. How much magnification do I need to get this correct? Bit more white paint. Okay, that. We are calling that good. Goodness gracious. Okay, the eyes are partially uneven, but overall, I'm calling that okay because I do not want to keep dotting that back and forth. So, oh, all right. That's one almost down. Though I'm not gonna lie, I fear doing the eyes on this model because you can barely see his eye there on both sides. So that's definitely gonna be an undertaking when I get this one going. For now, I'm starting simple because I want to try and make myself enjoy this one because holy crap, this is gonna be a while. Get some more of that flesh tone for his feathers back. With that, very carefully line it in here. Oh boy. Okay. Should probably thin out the stuff I got on this arm because I'm a little nervous. I put it all too thickly. Just gonna get my brush wet and try to wipe this around a bit. Oh boy. I'm thinking leather bracers and use the same brass I used on the flag, maybe just to highlight the gauntlet part. I'm thinking, but I'm not sure. Hoping that might make it pop a decent amount, so it might be more visually interesting to look at, but we'll see. First, I'm just going to carefully get these hands coated. I think overall, I think I got this hand done. So, man, I wish my left hand would stop shaking. I mean, it won't because my left arm in general isn't good, but I'm just gonna work with it as best as I can. Oh, goodness, that wrist. I think I put that in too thickly, so we're gonna spread that back. Okay, I'm gonna call that good on the hands because for the most part, that's just the best I can get for now. We're gonna call that good. Granted, if anybody knows of a mic, of like any camera I could use for better quality, I'd more than welcome it because right now I'm going off of my phone and as you can see, it's not very good for the quality. So, any suggestions are more than welcome in the comments in the chat. I don't really mind. Just, I need to find a better camera because I can't really do this off my phone forever. And right now, I've been struggling with making sure that you guys can see everything while I also get it all done. So let's get that leather done. Okay. Hmm. gosh dang it. I can barely even see in there. How am I gonna... Alright, I'm just gonna have to do a blind. Just that way I can kinda... That's about as best as I'm gonna get that part, so... Okay. Gotta flip them upside down. Just gonna... Okay. So for the most part, this seems to be done. Just gotta pick out that rim right here. Oh boy, this is gonna be... That is pressuring. Okay. Okay. Few pokes, few prods. Just get that bracer done. Okay. For the most part, the leather parts of the bracer seem to be done, so we're calling good on the bracer side for the leather. Now just get that brass highlight in. All right. Oh, look at that. Apparently not even using my headlamp actually makes my camera focus better. That is mildly annoying. Makes sense, but it's annoying. All right. Just gonna clean off my brush. Get that bronze thrown on. So that way, these little bracers here pop out a bit against his skin. Because I always struggle with raven and crow folk type Kenku. Just because you really gotta make their clothing pop more than their actual faces or their skin, and it's really hard to deal with. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, ravens and crows are really cool, but I like sticking to realistic colors, having to deal with. Some of this is just insane on how to get it all done. So we're just gonna carefully outline that. I'll just hope I don't throw this onto other things. But goody goody, that's so. Okay. Alright, I definitely need my headlamp because I am not seeing that crevice well, and I cannot afford to make a mistake on this part. Because if I need to re-go over things, this will always have glitter now. And I am nervous about having my entire thing be glittery because I made one mistake. Come on. Just keep it together. Alright. Pick that out just ever so slightly. Okay. That's looking monumentally better than what I started with and when I made mistakes earlier. But now comes the weird part. I gotta figure out how I want to do the base, because the weird thing that I like and dislike about this base is how when I got it, it came with its own like texturing and its own grass. So now I gotta figure out how I want to do the grass color on that and how I want to do the earth, because this is gonna be weird. So hopefully it works, but I don't know how this is gonna go. So, oh boy. I'm just gonna get a little bit more brass, put all the brass parts themselves. Okay, gonna get that moved around ever so slightly. Then we're gonna uptick here. Oh, I don't mind if a little bit spills out onto his hand because there's nothing I can really do about that. I just want to make sure I get these details just right. Oh boy. So we're gonna run over here. Alright, I'm gonna let that spill out, and then I'm gonna go back over and redo the leather because overextended a little too much than I expected, but it's okay. I'm just gonna make it work. Then, what we are gonna do in the meantime, while I let that all dry out, though, is I'm going to get these shoulder pads bronzed up. Okay. That one I can't see on the other side, on the front, so we're just gonna move over to this side now and pick this out. I was on the fence if I was going to do leather on this or just continue with the brass, but I think the brass just stands out a bit more for the more metallic parts of it that we're just going to full send and just see how that turns out. If all else fails, I'll just leave the brass on the trim and I'll just throw leather in the middle. I don't quite know. I'm just gonna see it when I see it. And I just hope that it turns out all right. Okay. Well, the eyes I feel very proud of. I don't really know if I have anything that would work to get his tongue though, but I want to put some color on his tongue just so that way he's a bit more realistic. Outside of that, I think I'm just gonna call it good for the mini and just get his base painted up. You have to learn how to do grass coloring because never done that before. I've never done it, don't know how to do it. So we're gonna learn together. Unless somebody here happens to be a wizard at painting pre-printed grass tufts, then I would be more than excited for anything in the comments section or in this chat just to let me know what can be done better, because I'm fairly new to all this. This is my fourth? No, third. This is the third mini I've ever painted, so hopefully I'm doing all right, but I definitely know that I screwed up on the freehanding here, but that was a Hail Mary as is. I didn't know what to do, had a little fun, and did not turn out as I would hope. Alright. Oh, I got some of the leather on his shirt. Okay, I'm gonna fix that later. First, try for I'm gonna try to see how olive green does on this. Because if I'm lucky, maybe olive green worked with the grass tufts. Because I can barely see them as is. I don't know if you guys can see them any better than I can. These friggin' things. Da, 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 da. Alright, we're just gonna do a base coat. Just get this whole thing green. Probably be easier for me to throw in brown after the fact, because this is gonna drive me nuts. And I already don't have a whole lot of sanity as is, considering what I work in, so. Green in there, and then I'll throw some brown on top to texture it out. Make it look a little bit more uneven, like a patch. Okay. Oh, this is so weird. Okay. Do that first, and then let's get some brown and get a dirt patch or something going. Does anyone have any tips on how to better do bases? Because so far, I don't have a whole lot to go with. I don't have a whole lot of money either, so I just normally use the standard bases, but generally, what I've done in the past is... Hold on, I should grab my other ones. Because in the past, what I've normally done is I've mixed up a little bit of parasite round with brass, so that way I give a very muddy, like, dirt texture. But as far as editor caps go, that's just as good as I could do for their basics. I don't really have a whole lot of experience or knowledge about bases, so starting with a bunch of green on this and hoping I can just throw in a bunch of brown to kind of move it around and make it a bit more realistic. But I have to see what kind of browns I even have. Come on, lid. Just don't explode. There we go. Okay. Gonna get some of that out, and we're gonna try to get some brown on that base to give a little bit of mud on there. A little bit of mud under his talons. See how that goes for him. Ugh. Okay. Da, da, da. Okay. We're getting through it all. Thank goodness for this angled brush, because I would have gone insane without it. Okay. Gonna have to clean that because it's still a little wet. That is tipping over. Goodness gracious. Okay. Okay, I need more brown than I thought I would. That is a little surprising. Let's just hope. Okay. No explosion. Just thin that out a bit. like it. I think I'm going to patch on some more green just so that way we get less dirt and a bit more clumps of grass. So that way it all kind of seems to flow together a bit more. Just a super thin top layer. Because hopefully, with it being super watered down, the brown still shows through, but that way it looks a bit more like a worn down field. At least I'm hoping that's the effect I can get from making this, but I don't know. We will see when it all dries out. Okay. Overall, I think that's about as good as I can get that effect to get. Oh boy. Alright. Clean this off, paint the rim, and then I'm gonna call him completed. Because this has been an undertaking. A good one, because I've learned a decent amount about freehanding and the dangers of it. But outside of that, I've enjoyed making this little guy. He's been fun. Difficult, yes. A little stressful, but overall, I like him. Got him probably as good as I can get him. Especially with my current skills, because I am still learning. So we'll see how it goes. But in honor of my favorite color being used for his little shirt, we're just going to go ahead and give our base a coat for that same purple. Keep it uniform, keep it simple. Okay. All right. From there, we will call him good. Oh boy. Well, time to clean all this up because goodness gracious, there is a lot to clean up and a lot I gotta figure out. If there's any chance I can just get him to focus better near the camera. All right, we'll do that for now. I don't know. How does everybody think he looks? Does he look all right? I messed up on the banner, but I'm gonna leave the banner as is, just as a reminder for future me on how outlining is extremely important. But I will leave that up to you guys on whether you think he's all right or if he needs to be redone, because I trust you guys with that. And yes, I do trust random strangers on the internet with opinions, because sometimes it can be funny, sometimes it can be good, sometimes it can be bad. Honestly, can of worms. That's why I like asking strangers advice on things, because there's going to be somebody out here who's going to be able to tell me everything I did wrong and how to do it better, and I will greatly appreciate whoever can do that, because I need it. get a few last details reworked. That way, doesn't we can just cover up my previous mistakes and accidental brush strokes. Just get that done. Yeah, there's a little bit on his hand. Okay. Might as well just pick that out too. So while I got this color, stand out from all the browns. Okay. I think the last thing I'm gonna do before I call the guy fully done is I'm gonna get some brass right on the buckles on his satchel there, cause there's really not much else I can do after that. So just leave him there. Then okay, bit more than I wanted, but we will work with it. Cause that's about as good as I'm gonna get. Those brass rungs on them. Okay. All right. All right. Overall, this was a fun mini. I will say though, I wish this came in a sub-assembly when I bought it from Etsy, because the main issue is that painting, especially right around in there, right around here, was almost a nightmare to handle and deal with. That definitely took up a lot of time of just fixing mistakes. This right here is fine. I like the details on the little satchel, his bag, and his dagger, but I'll be honest, would have been nice with something else. Just maybe something a bit more simple. Just picking all those details out is a little difficult. I don't mind the challenge, I do enjoy it. That's why I actually really enjoy painting all these, but just that entire stick was very cumbersome. Doing all of that really took a lot of focus, and I don't even like how the stick turned out. Like, because I tried using, like, this Viola paint I had. It was supposed to be mahogany brown, so I was hoping it looked good on the stick of giving it more of a mahogany color, but it's just, I really couldn't get it to dry consistently enough that it all came out as one coat, and that really was annoying me. So I'm definitely going to buy another one of these so that way in the future I can get another crack at them. But overall, I'm going to say that this is probably the best I can do. But I enjoyed it. It was really fun. Just gotta... Gosh dang it, what was I going to do again? I totally blanked out. I should probably fix his shirt there. Oh, that's too much. That is way too much. Okay. Redoing the belt because I am a dingus and accidentally swiped a little more on there than I needed to. pull the round. For the most part, get that fixed. There we go. Okay. For the most part, fixed that mistake, so I'm going to call it as is. Alright, well, thank you for tuning in. This is my first attempt at it, and I'm going to call him good there. See you later.